Hello everybody, welcome back to Wargaming Luke. How long has it been since I've been able to say that? It's been 8-9 months, I think, since the last video me and Al at the time put out. Where have I been? What am I up to now? And what's coming in terms of content now that I'm back, per se, after a bit of a break, a much needed break away. Excited to share a lot of the stuff with you that I've got planned, that's already underway, hopefully coming very soon. And also just some of the Warhammer stuff at the moment that I'm doing that I'm very excited to share with you hobby-wise. I'm going to kind of explain all that for you in this little video. And please, guys, most excited of all, just to get chatting to you all again. So please do drop your comments below, get chatting to me about what you guys are up to, and some of the stuff I'm going to talk to you about now in the video. But other than that, first things first, where I've obviously been over the last year. Obviously, you guys should all know by now what happened with the channel, and that I said I would be taking a break away from it, which I have done. It's refreshed me. It's gotten me pumped and really excited to get back into the hobby, because not only did I take a break away from YouTube, but just a hobby a bit in general, just to reset my mind a bit and where I wanted to be with things. I've come back strong with Warhammer. Just before Christmas, I bought up to 1,000 points of Space Marines from the Leviathan set. I've been building and painted the majority of that. Just literally doing some of that today. I've been off today, so been working on some of that. You can see here, Dreadnought, Ultramarine Dreadnought, got that one going. Really excited to get some more games in with that. I'm back to gaming as well at my local. You guys might have heard of the 40k YouTube channel, Glasshammer Gaming. The Glass House in Telford, that's their venue, if you like. That's where I do my gaming at the moment with friends. Otherwise, yeah, before Christmas, had all that going on with my Christmas funds and whatnot as presents. I had a ton of Seraphon, or now Lizardmen as well, gifted to me, so that's what I've been working on there. I'll go through a little bit more of that in a moment and show off some of that to you. But otherwise, straight off the bat, what is next, I suppose? What, obviously, because this is the YouTube channel. The content that I'm going to be able to do, obviously, without Al anymore, I can't do. Battle reports are a lot harder to do. I've always wanted to be able to do more like talk and topical conversation, that sort of thing. I've done bits like that before on the channel anyway, a lot of you will know. But I've always wanted to do a Warhammer Wargaming podcast. And because I'm just so big back into Warhammer already now, you guys know we've always been massive here, massive into the skirmish Warhammer games anyway. But I do remember the last number of times that I had in the past tried to do videos by myself, on topical stuff or around Warhammer or anything like that. It was good fun, but I would have loved to have had more people joining me to have had that kind of conversation on topics, not just about the Warhammer news of the week kind of thing and topics like that, but stuff on social media that gets brought up, big topical conversations like mental health around wargaming, and how Warhammer can help that. Of course, things like diversity, representation in Warhammer, all big topics that we can cover on this podcast. And so that is what I'm planning to do. It'll be a weekly podcast, probably around an hour. Be both on YouTube with visuals, and it'll be pre-recorded. It won't be live, at least from the start. And we're planning on it to be just audio as well, so it'll go on to things like Spotify, your podcast kind of software, and places to go and find that sort of stuff. So super excited to put that out. We're kind of working things out with it right now. I'm planning to have at least 3 of us, including myself being majority host, I'd say a lot of the time, to be the mainstays. Working around kind of who those people are going to be at the moment. One of which, though, I've already joined up with, and I'd love to give him a massive shout out. Up to about a month ago, discovered Ben, 90% Geek, otherwise known as AKA the happiest wargamer on the internet, and I would give him that title. we've already met up, had a bit of a conversation about where we could go with this podcast, and he's, I think, as excited as me. I would certainly hope so, to be getting involved with this, and he'll bring a lot of humour and good fun and laughs and great conversation. He's got a lot of knowledge around Warhammer to the channel. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've either gamed with him or at least very least met him at the Games Workshop down in Reading many a year ago when I was at university down there. So we've kind of already met. It's weird how we've kind of crossed paths again in this way. But please do go and check out his channel. I'm going to drop a link in the comments below to 90% Geek, Ben's channel, where he will still continue to do all of his own videos and content, so his fans, don't worry about that, but he'll be able to join me for an hour a week on the podcast, or our podcast now, along with hopefully another, like I say, mainstay for the podcast, and then maybe each week, depending on what the topics or the news in the week is, we'll get other guests from around the YouTube space or whatever it might be, social media space, to come on with us as well. In terms of the layout of the, just one thing actually before I go into the layout with Ben and his channel, if you're excited about the Old World, got my new tome just yesterday evening. Hold on a second, I just have to do this. Oh god, that lovely new rulebook smell. You're probably thinking I'm weird for doing that, but probably not actually, because I think a lot of people probably love that. But yeah, Old World, obviously big new release with that. I'm going to go into that in a little more in a moment and what my hobbying is around that at the moment. But Ben is a huge fan. He's big on the tournament scene, I believe, for Old World. He's covering a lot of stuff, topical stuff on that on his channel. So if you do go over and check that out, guys, go and help his videos out with that, and go and check out what he's talking about with Old World at the moment. But I'm sure I'll be able to chat a lot about it when he comes on here as well for the podcast. So moving on, the layout of the podcast, I've got plans at the moment. Also, the name of the podcast, haven't quite thought of yet. So please, guys, obviously it's going to be based around Warhammer mainly. There might be a topic I bring in once or now and again, just to shout out some indie games that you can use your figures from Warhammer for. Obviously, we've done stuff for indie games on here in the past, so definitely something I want to consider as well. But doesn't matter what the game system is for Warhammer, we'll chat about it. But I haven't thought of a name yet, so please, guys, jump in the comments, and maybe your name for the podcast might be taken into consideration. Because I've got a couple of ideas, but I'm really not settled on one yet. So please, yes, do drop your ideas for the name for the podcast down in the comments. But otherwise, the layout as such, I have ideas. Again, leave me comments down below if there's certain things you'd like to see in it. But I think I've got a lot of things covered already. It's the one thing I've kind of got mainly pinned down. And that's kind of like, we'll intro whoever's on the show for the week. That'll go down. We'll all just have a quick chat about what hobbying we've been up to in the week. Maybe we can get some of our pictures up on what we've been working on, or at least on the YouTube side of things. And then I definitely want to at least cover 2 or 3 topics, maybe 10-minute segments for each one, something like that, from Warhammer based things in the week. Or like I say, if we're short on news for the week, we can bring in some of these more bigger topics to discuss. And obviously if we have certain guests on, maybe we can dedicate 10 minutes to our guest and to what they're up to and whatnot. Yeah, very exciting. A lot of things I can think of that we can do. Following that, I also want to bring in questions from the community that we can discuss, or discussions. I'm going to start, I think, by just pulling from different things like Reddit spaces and whatnot, to be able to take topics from the community. But as we go, maybe we'll boot up the Discord again, things like that, get one just for the podcast, and you guys can drop in your own questions and topics for us to bring up. Other than that, I think the only other thing I've got nailed down really is I want to do some sort of game as well at the end of each podcast. I'm thinking maybe something along the lines of like a Warhammer 20 questions, that sort of thing. I think that could be pretty fun, and kind of limit it to a certain area of that. But I think that could be good fun as well, and you guys can of course get involved with that too. So yeah, I'm really passionate about this idea, really excited for it, and to just obviously, the main thing I'm actually looking forward to with this, which obviously I haven't had before with the channel, it's all been more local people, is just being able to engage with more of the creator community, with you guys, by doing this. I think I'm super pumped to get going on it. I really, really am. But other than that, that's kind of the podcast. Like I say, please leave the comments down below, guys, with any ideas or, of course, names for the podcast. That's the main thing as well. But the only last thing to really cover is, before I just show you talk about a couple more bits I've been up to hobbying-wise, is social media. I'm trying to boost my social media as much as possible at the moment, because obviously with this kind of topical talk that we're going to be doing around Warhammer, want to be able to pick up more people and follow more people, chat to more people on social media about these topics and things as well. So I will leave, again, in the comments and in the description, links to all of my socials, mostly Instagram, Facebook, and mostly at the moment Twitter, or X, I guess. Twitter is what I'm going to call it. Follow me on X, Twitter, because I'm on there every day posting stuff and chatting to people. So if you want to chat to me, or please do follow me so that I can chat back to you, that sort of thing. That's the place to go and follow me. That's the one I'll mainly leave down there for you to have a look at. Ben is also on social media as well. He's on all of them, so you can follow Ben as well. But otherwise, that's that. Let's get on to some of the fun stuff and what I've been kind of doing. A look at this, guys, as well. Templates are back, and scatter dice. Look at that. How awesome is that? I completely forgot when I ordered the core book, which arrived, as I say, last night, which is a meaty tome. Look at that! It's almost as wide as my head. No, it's not. I've got a big head. But, yeah, I completely forgot that when I ordered it, it came with new templates, and the dice and whatnot. So, super pumped with that. And it's got the nice reference sheet, which is always nice. It's been a while since I've played Fantasy, so that'll be nice and handy. I can't get any of my Seraphons to show you because they're currently drying. I've base coated a lot of the ones that I've built, but if you, like I say, follow me on social media, Twitter most likely, the best place to go. You'll see a lot of the projects that I've been doing, so that you don't have to kind of, I don't have to show it you all on here because I haven't quite got the time for that. But yeah, I look forward to, in terms of when this podcast will start up, sometime in the next month, I'm hoping, guys. Probably end or beginning of the week, just because that's a nice close to the week, or beginning of a new week, to talk about everything from that week of Warhammer. But otherwise, I think leading up to that, I'll try and put a video out like this once a week, just to keep you guys informed about what's going on and how things are leading up to the podcast coming out and how it's all going. But yeah, guys, hope you've enjoyed that, and a nice catch up, and please do catch up with me in the comments. It's been a while, but I'm excited for what's to come. It's good to be back. Cheers, guys. Happy wargaming as always. Have a good one.